Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mailbox, the podcast equivalent of a hostage situation. We've been... Retro, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm RetroSwede. That was Watson. This is my podcast that I started with these two losers. We're just going to talk about things. We're going to talk about things that we think are relevant, funny, but mostly this is just a podcast to sit at home and listen to. We're here to entertain you. That's our biggest priority.
We recommend listening to it as you go to sleep because it's very calming and relaxing.
Music Shape, give us an example of how calming and relaxing we are.
Yeah. Take it away.
That was so calming and
yeah.
relaxing. He didn't actually say anything.
Yeah, see? That's silence. This is the first podcast
silence.
that's completely silent.
Introduce
the
yourself.
whole time.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, it is I, Music Shape, the shape of music that shapes the music with you. I love you, give me all your money.
That feels like one of those auto-generated sentences and like those ads that make no sense.
Yeah, that's like...
I'm the shape of the music that shapes you.
I went...
Ever been so far as to have to go be like?
That's like what AI was like before ChatGPT came out.
I am AI.
Oh my god.
Anyways, speaking of
I am
AI,
AI.
I'm so excited for ChatGPT 4. This is like, we're diving into like just like a straight up banger topic, but have you guys seen the stuff they've got planned for that thing?
I've seen
can,
it.
like...
Also, I don't believe it. I saw an article from like the CEO, like they interviewed the CEO of ChatGPT's company, like was it OpenAI or whatever.
Yeah.
And he
OpenAI.
basically just straight up said like, yeah, no, ChatGPT 4 is gonna be disappointing. It's not as good as people are making it sound. Like it's good, don't get me wrong, but he said it's not gonna be as good as we're expecting it to be. It's just gonna be ChatGPT 3, but better.
Yeah, it's not. I feel like people are like, ChatGPT's it certainly shows the future of AI, but it's not like ChatGPT will single-handedly revolution. Get back in frame. For viewers at home, Music Shape has left the podcast. He went home after receiving death threats in the mail for not speaking in the first minute and 30 seconds.
It's been a minute and 30 seconds. We can finally...
We can swear now.
Yeah.
Will that bring him back?
Wait, we can say fuck now? I'm back, gamers, let's go!
Our only solution to not swearing in the first minute and 30 seconds was taking him out of the podcast.
Yeah.
We can say fuck now! Yeah!
He's a brand risk. He's a brand risk.
Yeah, my brother was actually calling me, so I had to...
Okay.
A true appreciation for the heroes at YouTube who let us say whatever we want as long as it's a minute 30 in to the episode.
Yeah, very true.
Amen.
So true. Dude, I can't even lie.
I love
Raisin.
What's this?
Okay, have you guys like actually used ChatGPT to cheat like at all in school?
No.
Oh, I won't expose myself. Then.
I can't figure out.
I definitely have not.
I think you already did.
I can't figure out how to log into my account on my school Chromebook. And
I took a preemptive ban.
well, no, it's not even that. It's just that I don't understand. Like, for some reason, it's different on a Chromebook than on a normal computer. I just don't want to have to figure it out. It's not worth the effort. I'm going to spend more time trying to figure out how to use my phone number to log in or whatever than I am actually just writing the stupid essay for English class.
Ah, that's right. You're still in high school easy mode.
Okay. Come on.
You're young, you're a little baby.
Speaking of that, there was an option that to like, so I'm taking the AP English test this year, and there was an option to like do it online, which I think is a great idea because sitting there and writing essays for 2 hours and 45 minutes straight is like the worst thing ever. My hand was like twitching and like spasming by the time I was done with it last time. But like, come on, online AP test is like hilarious. Like, I know that it's like so much better and I would much rather do it, but I can like imagine how much of a nightmare it's going to be to regulate that. Like there's already browser lockdown software, but that's just like malware on your computer. So,
someone needs to make like a typewriter that's like, it's just Google Docs. Like you can't open a Chrome window to look stuff up. You can't open ChatGPT. It's just Google Docs and a keyboard and like sell it to schools. And I guarantee it's going to be.
That's just what a Chromebook is.
No, that's not what a Chromebook is. On a Chromebook, you can look up what was the meaning of this quote in the book that I read, and the Google website will be like, oh, here's the answers, but no, we can't let that happen. We need to have a typewriter just like they used to, like a click 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 click. And
Maybe that would be like a better typing experience than Chromebooks that are literally just like plastic with marshmallows as like your keyboard registering. They're so bad.
I have a friend
It's-
that actually, when they were writing their final exams in middle school, they were writing on a computer, because they're dyslexic and stuff like that. He was the only person in the entire, the only student in the entire room, and the teachers that were there to keep him from cheating and stuff, they were just chatting. They didn't give a fuck. And he just turned on the autocorrect and everything, all the options, and just wrote it down. And well,
Oh yeah, because I know Google Docs already has like that autocomplete thing that they do, at least on mobile, where you just
they
like
have
start
that,
typing and then it just starts finishing it for you, especially on Gmail, and it's just like,
no, it's so useful on Gmail.
yeah. I just reply to all my professors' emails like, sounds good. With like the drop down option.
No, I remember one time, Google Message has that too. I'm assuming both of you use iPhones, but Google Message has that too.
I am an iPhone user.
What?
I am an iPhone user. Look
Yeah.
at this beautiful case. Look at this amazing.
That is a nice case.
For viewers at home, what are you doing?
Audio
on
only
YouTube to watch this
listeners.
podcast. For our audio listeners, Music Shape's drinking wine out of his phone glass. I don't know how he did that.
Yeah, that was
I'm an
impressive.
alcoholic.
Yay!
But
We
like,
support alcoholism.
but yeah, I think I have the story of one of my friends who's just like using the Gmail autocomplete. He used it for like every single email, and one of his professors actually passed away because he was like this old man who was teaching English. And he was like, "This sounds good." Like it was like an actual email from like the
God.
university. Like, we're sorry, we're just giving you this credit because your professor actually died.
Oh my god.
Because he's like an 80-year-old man. It just sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare. He also
Google-
forgot to like what is it? I'm saying untag because I'm so used to Twitter, but like he sent just like everyone else in the class because that was what the email was sent to. It was just like, sounds good.
Reply all. No,
People do that at my work too. They just like respond to like company-wide emails with like thumbs up.
I remember, Google Message does that too, where it has like responses. And one of my friends, like, we were joking around. I was like, "Do you need me to bring tissues because of how like sad you're gonna be at the thing?" And he said no. And I was trying to type in okay, but right above enter was yes. And so he said no, and I just accidentally clicked yes. And he was really mad because he thought that I was trying to like try to bring tissues to the party. And
Wow. How mean
Watson
of
is
you.
an asshole.
yeah.
Watson is an asshole. It's confirmed, everyone. Watson is an asshole.
And I'm not afraid to say I'm open about
He
it.
owns it. He's proud of it.
He's proud. I'm proud to be an
That's the
asshole.
reason I don't have any employees.
I am
it's because
the
it's not
asshole.
because I can't afford to have employees. It's because no one wants to work with me.
It's because you have a terrible business strategy. Your entire existence is a pyramid scheme.
No, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's like, so imagine like instead of a pyramid, it's like a circle with a point at the top. It's round.
So it's a snowman?
Yeah, well, no, it's like the opposite of a snowman.
Okay, wait.
So it melts.
What is the opposite of a snowman?
Well, here
Like a dirt woman?
for the people on YouTube, the YouTube watchers, there's gonna be a picture of it. You guys won't get to see it, but you'll watch it on YouTube, I'm assuming, and you'll see what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
fuck you, audio listeners. Fuck you.
No,
in
no,
particular.
No. We need
Music
our
Shape,
audio
Music Shape,
listeners. Keep
Music
boosting
Shape.
our numbers
No,
on
no,
Spotify.
Music Shape. Spotify gives
Okay,
us more money
I'm
for
sorry,
ads.
I'm
Spotify gives us more money for
Okay.
ads.
Okay.
Just
okay.
stay on
Only
Spotify,
I
actually.
hate you. Only I, Music Shape.
You only
the
get
person
one
that is in the
one out of the
audio
three hates you.
industry.
The other two, we love you.
We love you, yeah.
The person
We
that
love
is
you,
in
audio
the audio
listeners.
industry hates the audio listeners. Fuck you. The other ones love you. Yes.
That's because you had to pay for DistroKid
Give
and
the
we're not
money
even
to
using
them.
it.
It's definitely not going to me as well.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, so that was a wild conversation.
Wait, I gotta do this. I promise I'd talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of school, I am on my school's announcement team. And I shit you not, it is one of the weirdest experiences of my life. Because the teacher who introduced it was like, I was voluntold to do this. Because, like, normally our announcements are just our principal staring in front of his webcam like, okay, guys, so here's what's going on this week. And, like, it's horrible. He doesn't know how to, like...
basically, my critical video, like, hello gamers, welcome to today's school episode in which we will basically talk about pee-pee poo-poo time.
Except not that, because it's boring and stupid. And so he was like, maybe if the students make the announcements, maybe then they'll actually engage with the announcements. And the teacher was like, okay, we need all of these people. And one of the roles is content creator. And you can imagine how many people signed up for that. A lot. And on the first day there, the first meeting ever, it was this like these two people, and they think they are the dynamic duo, right? Like they think they are like Adam and Eve, like Bonnie and Clyde, like the funniest people ever, like a dynamic duo.
Was Adam and Eve really a funny duo?
Yeah,
I
they
seem
had
to
a fight
remember-
with
Pretty
each other.
comedical how they threw the human race.
I seem to remember like some less than fun stuff.
They just
in that
kind of
story.
pranked the whole humanity, you know? They did a little prank on the whole
little-
humanity.
All right. No, back to your story. We don't want to get off the rails.
Yeah.
Remember the episode guide.
So, and they're like, okay, so I know we're doing like announcements and news and stuff, but what if we just like went out in the street and just asked people their opinion and stuff? And okay, I am the only editor, right? Like the other guy who was supposed to be working with me, he stepped out, he's gone. And I'm like looking at them dead in the eye with like as much like confidence and like seniority as possible. Like, how the hell am I gonna transition from a news segment to two losers going around and interviewing homeless people? Like, what am I supposed to do? 'Cause, like, they're just, we gotta ask.
Wait, we're gonna interview
Yeah.
random people on the street?
Yeah, that's what they wanted. They were
Okay,
just like, we can be like this funny duo.
I was gonna say last year there'd be Jimmy Fallon. Last year, my school newscast did like they interviewed students about like relevant student topics. It sounded like, and that was actually really good. It was like, all right, now moving
That
on to
sounds like a good
student
idea,
interviews.
yeah.
Yeah, but your school announcement was just like, all right, we're gonna transition into us going onto the street and asking people if they know where the country of the Czech Republic is, and we're gonna show them a map, and they're just like, and like no one on the street answers because they're not famous. So
Hey guys, where's
They're
Czechoslovakia on this map?
American! Because they're American and stupid! Yeah!
Hey guys, where's Yugoslavia on this map? You get one chance.
and if you get it wrong, then we're gonna put it on our school's newscast, and
We're gonna
everyone's gonna
dunk
watch
you in
it.
acid. Put you
And
in
we're gonna get an Oscar for it
yeah.
because we're gonna put
No,
that on the
exactly.
newscast too.
and then like everyone was just kind of arguing with them the entire time. On the second meeting, which was yesterday, they just kind of like showed up like, okay, so we can't actually do what we thought we were gonna do, so we're just gonna leave.
That's really
And,
great.
and the teacher was just like, I mean, I wasn't gonna have the same conversation with them every week, so I'm kind of glad they left. Okay, I mean, bless her heart. Like, I love this teacher, but she like, so on the like list of people she was looking for, right? She has visual effects creator, sound director, and editor. And if you don't know anything about editing, I know these two do, but if you don't, editors basically just do that. They handle everything, including visual effects and audio. And so there was this one guy who shows up. He's like, I want to be the sound manager. And I'm like, and we were going through like what everyone's roles, what the script supervisors were supposed to do, like good formal discussion, and then like came around to his like, what do you want your responsibilities to be? How do you want everyone else to help you? And he goes, well, I just want to like, I want to like find sound effects and like put them in the video. So if there's like there's a funny one, I want to put like an air horn sound effect. And
That is an awful idea.
and my face kind of just like fell. It's I'm like, no way, we're making like a shit post announcement. Like, this guy was gonna put like air horns and like everything bad. I was gonna be like, oh my god. Because my vision is right, like something people will take seriously, right? Like humor is fine, but like I want this to be like clean, professional, right? Like I trust people on my team to do a good job.
Well,
and this guy's like, I think it'd be funny if we added like fart reverb sound effect in the middle of the thing.
The problem is that
And now-
just gets really cringy eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And he was
like,
also,
I know. I bet you Chris is cringing right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Chris
listen,
would cry
listen.
if he had to do that for our podcast.
Chris will cry.
well,
Chris will cry.
He's gonna when he edits this.
Yeah.
For
Chris, I expect you to do that.
Chris,
Yeah.
add a funny effect
For
right
the,
now.
For the people who don't
add
know,
it right now.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, Chris is our editor.
Yeah, and like our manager. And like
Yeah,
our-
no, he does.
Yeah,
he does
yeah.
all this.
He does a lot.
Honestly, it would not be possible without Chris.
Yeah, we really appreciate Chris. He's not part of the podcast because like
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no.
deserve the fame. He doesn't deserve screen time. But, like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck Chris.
No, we like.
We love Chris, but fuck Chris.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
he's probably gonna like sit in to do some production, but we're never gonna show his face here because
Never, ever.
we don't
Nah,
we want
no,
to protect
no.
him from the world.
It's like that one SCP. If you see it, he like hunts you down and kills you. if you see
we
Chris,
will-
we commit like mass murder.
Yeah, unless you pay $100,000 tomorrow.
We'll show you
Yeah,
Chris then.
donate to this PayPal link and like subscribe to our non-existent Patreon. We'll show you Chris.
Cash only. Cash only.
I just spilled water all over myself.
Send your bank bonds to this location. No.
Guys, one moment.
Did you spill water? No.
Yeah, I
He's
spilled.
gone.
I spilled water all over my sweater. I don't know if you can see it.
We really can't.
Okay. Well, it's
You're
water. That
fine.
makes sense.
Yeah.
No, but it's wet though.
Alright,
That's
Anyways.
so,
I'll finish
I
my
actually have a
story
funny
really quick,
story.
and then
Okay.
you can go on with yours. I'm sorry. Essentially the whole thing is just kind of like up in the air at the moment because like we have two people who just like don't need to be there, like sound manager and visual effects creators, and I'm just like what is your job here? What do you do? And they're just like, I don't know. I want to like, but they also want access to like the video files, and like I edit in Premiere Pro, and I'm like, what do you edit out? They're like, I edit on CapCut.
You can have. Wait, so it's just
Like,
gonna be.
no offense, CapCut's a great app, but like,
No, it's not.
It isn't exactly compatible with Premiere.
You're gonna have a watermark on your school newscast unless they pay
It's
for
gonna be
CapCut.
like the phone vertical format.
It's just gonna say made with KindMaster all over the place.
Watermark
Yeah.
challenge. Try to put as many watermarks on the screen as you can.
Yeah, Chris,
Adobe
put
stock.
KindMaster, CapCut.
There's going to be like a bandicam.com logo
Yeah,
at the top.
unregistered Bandicam hype, whatever it's called. Anyways, Musician, go on with your story, because that's basically mine.
Yeah, it's also like a very short story in which like we had a project to do for our history class. Like we were separated into groups and we were supposed to make like a presentation
groups.
about a topic that we decided to do about some part of the history of our city. And you know, everyone we had like a lot of time for it, like I think a month or something like that. And you know, everyone else made like a PowerPoint presentation, basic as fucking bitches, fuck all of you, fuck you.
Whoa, I mean, fair.
And I decided to be creative and epic because I'm creative and epic.
Oh, so true.
And I forced other members of my team to make a video.
No, you're so mean. No, I would hate working on a project with you. Hey guys, let's make a video. I should be like,
No, but listen, it turned out okay. So we basically did absolutely nothing for the 3 weeks.
great start.
And 2 days before we were supposed to to have this project finished, they all met up at my house, except for one person that wasn't on any of our meetings or any of that.
He just wasn't
didn't
there.
show up.
That's what you would do, Retro.
Yeah, they just weren't there. We recorded everything. We had the script. I was like the main presenter. I was reading off the little paper that they were holding like above the camera because I didn't learn the script because I literally wrote it 5 minutes
It's
ago.
a manual teleprompter.
Yeah.
Real teleprompters are crazy.
And I also decided to be also very funny, and so
funny.
I decided to include like an ad segment, for which it would be an ad for cemetery services called Killer Queen, referencing the song that is playing in the background. Killer Queen, another one bites the dust. No, that's not.
That's not. That's not the same
Another one
song.
bites the dust. That's the point. Another one bites the dust by Queen.
So okay, hang on, let me get this straight.
The cemetery services were. And you wanna know the best part? my teacher liked this
Yay.
and said that.
Yay.
It's all worth it.
He actually laughed.
That's actually nice. That's actually
I
cool.
think, yeah.
I like having teachers that
And
are
I
like,
think
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I think like the other students also liked it, or at least they pretended to, and that's good enough for me. Fuck them. I got a good grade.
Yeah.
And our teacher actually also asked us to send the video file. And we never did. We forgot.
You don't get to.
We forgot.
You don't deserve our excellence in a form of a video
Yeah.
file. You get it once, and that's all you get.
Unless you paid for our Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. When we will, then I'll let you do that ad segment. But for now,
Yeah.
we don't have a Patreon.
No, we should totally just do that. Like, we should put like a ton of random videos we made on the Patreon, like for school projects that
Just,
people
like,
can
yeah.
see. Like the terrible
We're
garbage
just gonna
we've
put
done.
the screenshots.
Like completely
Put
dox
the
ourselves.
screenshots from the group
I'll
chat.
show my travel ad for going to visit Saturn's moon.
Oh, speaking of that, wait, bad video projects we've done. So for I think ninth grade, yeah. So this was like right before the COVID lockdowns. We had to do a really cool project that I love. So we were learning about chemistry and the periodic table at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So teachers were like, okay, you guys have to make a video that features all the different kinds of elements. So noble gases. I don't know what the other ones are called, but
Metal?
essentially you have to make like carbon, like nitrogen, helium. Make a video of some kind that like portrays how these atoms act, like
And you
in
made
regards
a
to their
full
valence
review.
electrons. So if you dropped out of high school, like I'm about to, you
What?
essentially some what elements have like shells of valence electrons that go on for ages and some don't, but they, in order to be stable, they need like an 8 in each of their rings of electrons, and some don't, and they will do anything to get it, whatever. And the goal is to like portray this like violent relationship between elements in like some kind of video. And
So you made Super Smash Bros.
No,
video
no.
format and it's
this was like my favorite project ever. We did like a Hitman Mafia kind of like thing where it's like carbon and I think one other unstable element that were like gunning for helium because it has like that one free valence electron, and I was helium. And so it was like this gang of like, it was so bad. Like looking back at it, like it was me and like it was me and like a couple other. It was not great. But it was so funny because I was the one who was told to edit it. And I edited it like a film trailer. So it was like a minute of just like the most like hilarious stuff to like a bunch of 9th graders. Like once they were all like jumping me to like get my valence electron, and like we had them like hide in trash cans and stuff. And like as soon as I walked by, they all just like jumped out and I had to run. Hilarious.
This actually
This
sounds
was, like-
really good.
I might actually show it sometime. It was.
I wanna
it
see
was
this
pretty
now.
funny.
Yeah.
Like the entire like rest of the class has some other good ideas. Like one of them got like a teacher to like pretend to beat up a student and like shove him in a locker for his valence electron.
What the hell?
It was hilarious.
I wanna see that. That
That's a
sounds
pretty
like
good
a-
job. But like,
that sounds great.
they showed it on the like. I thought we were just like turning in for the assignment. I was not ready for this, so I threw in like some inside jokes and stuff. And they showed it to like the entire they got the entire school down to like the great hall was what it's called, the great hall, and they just like this massive surface comprised of 4 televisions, and they just like blasted everyone's thing. We were all so embarrassed. I think I like went to the bathroom and cried because I was like so anxious about this
Oh my
thing.
God.
But everyone loved it. I was getting
my
like pats on the back, people I didn't even know, and I was just like, I did it. That's my wholesome story.
Your school sounds very strange.
It has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
We
It definitely
only-
has its ups and downs.
That's
The only
pretty
time they get
crazy.
the entire school in one room is for like assemblies.
I will say our school's like pretty small. There's like 60 to 90 kids in each grade.
Oh, and how many
So
grades
my
are there?
class,
Wait,
my
how many
class is
grades are
there's 4.
Okay, so you have like
it's
there's 240 kids.
about that. My class only has like 45 kids.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
it's like there's
Yeah,
not
no.
a ton of people in the area.
My
but
school has like 1,800 kids.
Jesus Christ. Music Shade, what about
What
you?
the fuck?
How many kids are in your
I-
school?
Tell us how many kids there are in music shape.
I don't know. I don't keep a count of how many children are
Count.
in my school.
We're not
registered
asking you
on
to
my
manually
school.
count. Do you have like a guess?
Let's go to the
If I were to
Wikipedia
guess,
page.
fuck, that's a.
Yeah. The Mailbox
actually,
Wikipedia
I'm not
page.
gonna
Where does everyone live?
The longitude and latitude of RetroSwede's
the
house
location
is
of music shape?
74.482. Longitude 81.
Viewers at home, do not look that up. It's not my house. I don't know what he's saying.
It's probably just like a Pacific Ocean
Yeah,
or
but-
something.
Imagine if you actually doxed one of us.
I mean, no one would ever know because they think it's just a joke. They don't know I'm actually looking at a Google Maps page of your house right now and reading out the numbers it says.
No.
Guys, Watson lives on Earth.
I'm doxing you. Live in the Andromeda Galaxy.
No!
Hey.
Why would you do that?
Notice how I said Andromeda Galaxy instead of Milky Way? Music Shape actually lives in a different galaxy.
Yeah, that's why his internet's so bad all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen
Exactly,
if you've ever
that's
seen
the
Retro
reason.
tell a joke and then I start laughing and like 2 seconds later he starts laughing, that's why. He's in another
He actually has like
galaxy.
10 billion light year ping.
Yeah, he's using Ethernet, but it's not
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a
I have,
hardwired
really
connection
long
directly to
cable.
like an internet server. And, you know,
I have this really long cable that just goes to Earth.
his civilization invented wormholes, and the only reason they use it is to transfer internet traffic.
Yeah. No.
So
it's-
places like Poland and Australia aren't real. They're just like ways that our like brains like, conceptualize these alien races interfering with us.
that's why there's so many like bugs in Australia because they're actually
Yeah.
it's another planet.
Yeah.
Anyways, can I
Exactly.
never mind. I don't remember what I was saying.
No, go ahead.
Well, I
Talk.
don't,
Like no, talk.
all right, yeah. So
Remember.
my school newscast at my school is actually really professional and really good. They have like an entire team in the. All right, I'm
Viewers
gonna
at
get the
home, I
screwdriver.
made fun of.
I'm getting the
No,
screwdriver.
put the screwdriver away. For viewers at home, Watson has a 10-foot screwdriver that has a taser on the end, and he's
wanna see
stunned me with it multiple times.
And it can go through cameras.
Yeah.
Don't lie to the
actually-
audio listeners. If we isolate the audio listeners, then we're gonna get less money from Spotify, and that's all we care about.
Listen, people.
We are
Guys,
so-
rate the
Oh my
podcast 5
God.
stars on Apple Music.
I've made,
Make sure to follow us on
severe
Spotify.
lapse of judgment.
We
The
love
podcast
you,
isn't
audio
over.
listeners.
We've been recording for like 25
no,
seconds.
I'm not
It's-
doing the outro. I'm not doing the outro. I'm not doing the outro.
Okay.
I'm
You're
just
doing
I'm
the
just
midtro.
no, I'm trying to get the audio listeners at home who only listen with audio, not video, to be happy with us because we really
Listen,
need the Spotify.
I'm gonna give you
money.
some advice. Telling people what to do does not make them happy with
It
you.
makes them really happy, trust me.
Be happy. Be
I
happy
would- I
right
would
now.
know.
Be happy right now.
employees-
Be happy right now.
My employees before they quit did not mention how I told them what to do as being a problem with my.
You don't run anything.
Not anymore. I don't. My all my
Only
employees
thing
quit.
Wasn't
only thing you
actually
run is to go to the
was
bathroom.
second.
Audio for like, I'm exposing him. He went to the bathroom like 25 times before this podcast we started recording.
All right, do
He
you
was like,
look at this jar. This
Yeah.
is
This is the piss jar.
that's 32 ounces of water. That's half of your daily intake of water. I just drank it in like 15 minutes
Why? Why did you do
because
that?
I'm thirsty.
Look at this.
That's a.
This is
All right,
bottle.
I'm refilling my water. I'm gonna be right back.
All right, music. Now that Watson's gone, let's
Just
make some.
kidding. I was lying.
Oh my god!
No, we were just talking about how
For
awesome you
viewers
were
at
right
home,
now.
Watson transcended space and time. We can see the portal still open on
Stop
his
lying. No, actually, stop lying.
bed. Okay. My bad.
I know it's very funny, but if we lie to them, then they're never gonna trust us again.
That's the
The
point.
viewers at Spotify, Watson is actually Rick Sanchez from the
No,
kids show.
no,
Rick
not
and
anymore.
Morty.
Stop. No. no.
He's the new voice of Rick Sanchez.
Yeah. Portals.
Have you ever watched Rick and Morty, Watson?
I have watched it. I watched it like 2
Okay.
weeks ago.
Okay.
But I can't do impressions.
No, I couldn't. No, it's not. That show was not ever funny. Oh my god. Anyways,
All right.
should I share my controversial takes about that show? I really
Yes.
I mean, you can.
before the Justin Roiland situation, like I mean, I wasn't around the internet for the time when it was like so cringe. Everyone was just like saying, "Haha, Pickle Rick, that's so funny, OMG." Like, but like the show just isn't funny. Like people are just like, this is like comedic genius. Like it's just Justin Roiland doing his like annoying like, Rick, no, I'm Morty.
Oh, he cut out.
Oh, I cut out. You'll hear it. Audio listeners will hear it. They're the real ones. They'll know.
Oh yeah, no, the audio listener. Well, also, just we're the only people who can't hear it.
True.
Because
okay, but like it was really high pitched. Like the show's fun. It's a good show. It's just not funny. It's just not like it's entertaining. It's just not comedic. I don't get why people think it's funny. Mad scientist turning himself into a pickle is not like the peak of entertainment because that's what this podcast is for.
Yeah.
We are entertainment. We are funny.
The pickle was the peak of entertainment, but not anymore.
It never was actually.
Actually, Retro, you're just simply too dumb to understand the complex humor of Rick and Morty. You have to have 400 IQ in order to understand the complexity of every single line that is said within the Rick and Morty universe.
Are you just...
Your simple, opinioned fucking brain cannot understand how amazing, innovative, and absolutely funny the jokes are.
Yeah, you're so right.
That's why Music Shape is actually the new voice of Morty.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, jeez,
They
Rick!
had, whoa! That's not at all what he sounds like.
Oh my god.
That was not a Morty voice. That was something else, big man.
I personally, I found it pretty funny. The Rick and Morty. I didn't love it. Like, it was not the funniest thing I've ever seen by a long shot. But like, I laughed like once or twice per episode.
Look, I laughed
Rick
once
and
or
Morty
twice. That would just leave it at that.
The rest of the time, I was stone faced in my bed, like watching on my phone like this.
I don't have my phone on me because it's charging.
Imagine.
Rick and Morty made me alcoholic.
Same.
My true story.
I could drink to that.
Let's
For
go.
viewers at home,
Let's
Watson is
drink.
15 and cannot drink alcohol.
Let's drink.
I don't.
Holy fuck,
But I
that
can't
board.
drink
know what-
this.
That's not alcohol. That's just.
This is alcohol.
Arizona!
I've never had one of those.
It's a fancy
I've
label.
never had
you
one
can't,
of those.
You can't read the label. You can't read the label. You can't read the
Never had
label.
a
You assume it's
tea.
alcohol.
Oh,
can't read the
God,
label.
right, that's alcohol. Holy fuck.
Oh my god. I don't know what the rules in Poland are. Music Shape, can you drink or is it 21?
No, it's
You
18.
told me about it
Fuck you.
yesterday.
Oh, cause I know like I know in like the EU there's like a lot stricter laws about like the concentration of alcohol. So like it's not like there's a reason the American drinking age is 21 is because our stuff is like really strong and that's not good. But like in like especially in Germany, I think that's why it's 16 is because their alcohol is not very concentrated or potent. I think.
I mean, listen, here in Poland, we do have strong alcohol, I would say. And yes, it is legally required to be 18 in order to drink alcohol, but literally nobody gives a fuck if you drink alcohol, except for the police. But we don't speak about those guys.
We really don't. Fuck the police.
We don't
Yeah,
invite
that's
those.
political.
We don't invite those guys to our party. Yeah, Retro. Remember the second clause on the episode guide, Retro.
Yeah, this is why I got kicked off the podcast yesterday, is because I paid my taxes. I got
Yeah.
too political.
No, you guys will see this in like a couple days when we post the tweet. But like for context, for anyone listening to the podcast,
No, because like we will have already
context-
posted it.
Well, no,
Because
we
by the
won't.
time this podcast is out.
No, by the time this podcast is out, we're not going to release that tweet because the problem with that tweet is that it's less funny if we haven't released a single episode yet.
Ah, true.
So I'm gonna release it on like
True.
I'm gonna like try and get that like finish the
We're gonna
graphic.
release it a second after we release
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
episode.
finish. I'm gonna finish writing the graphic and then I'll send it off to Chris so he can post it on like Wednesday or something.
Because we're also completely incompetent, we can't post a tweet. All we do is just sit in front of our cameras and chuckle. Chris is the real brains of this operation. It wasn't even my idea.
Exactly.
Chris got us all together. Chris is the
Yeah.
one doing all the hard work. I
Oh,
just
true. And we stole the idea from Chris.
Yeah.
yeah. It was his
But Chris is
idea
just
because
so
he knows
nice
us
that-
all so well. He was
yeah.
just like, yeah, we should get these three guys together. They're pretty funny. And then I was like, no, Chris, that's my idea, actually. And then I like put him in a vat of acid and left him.
Why does that keep coming up? Why does the
Chris
vat of acid
worked
keep coming
out
back?
on
I
this
watched
kind
too
of-
much Breaking Bad, and that's like how they kill people on like that show.
No, that's literally from Rick and Morty. you
Shut up.
Yeah,
It's-
that episode got an Oscar. That's why I mentioned the Oscar earlier on when you said like
It
we'll show
did?
them. Yeah, it got an Oscar and it beat out like what's the horse?
so stupid.
Wait, what's the horse show called? What's the horse
BoJack
show?
Horseman is actually
Yeah.
good.
No, that it beat out BoJack,
BoJack
Horseman in
Horseman
the
is
episode where the guy
great.
like dissolved or whatever.
That's so stupid.
Until
That's why the
I
Grammys
actually
are-
haven't watched the show. I just watched like a TikTok clip about it.
Most attentive Gen Z. I can't talk. I'm also Gen Z. Yes, die doxed all of us. We're actually all loser Gen Zs. We're not Ro Jogan. We're not 500 years old. Actual trapezoid. Wait, what's a dinosaur? Not a trapezoid. Trapezoid's a shape.
What?
T-Rex.
Retro.
That's trapezoid.
Me and Music Shape have been talking. You don't have enough knowledge of dinosaurs to be on this podcast, so
Okay, listen. Can we
Exactly.
forgive me calling a trapezoid a triangle?
you're making it worse.
A trapezoid, a dinosaur. They're not dinosaurs. They're shapes.
This is gonna go on the. This is gonna. We're gonna.
The
send
more
this,
you know, ladies. The more you know, ladies and gentlemen, and
Send
everyone
this.
in between.
Wait, I'm gonna write down this time frame and send it to Chris so he can post this to like YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatever. Because this is.
Chris can go. I'm not gonna say that.
We love Chris.
We
Chris
do
is our
love him.
hero.
We love Chris.
Yeah, we love him so much. We make him
Exactly.
pancakes every day.
Well, I don't. He doesn't. I don't. I don't do that.
That's kind of. You want to talk about that? Like he's carrying our podcast. Like he is the reason we
Exactly.
exist.
Wait, Watson, you were supposed to feed Chris on weekends.
Yeah, you gotta feed him. Music shape.
Yeah.
What? Viewers at home, Watson just fell out of his chair.
I forgot to feed him.
Watson, Chris is starving.
He's running out of water. It's like little, like the thing that the hamsters do. Where they just,
I have only 5 cubes left.
are you eating ice cubes?
That's literally not 5 cubes. That's not 5
Speaking
cubes.
of
you can
water, so
count.
Chris actually like keep him in a cage, and like Music Shape and I like alternate between doing meal prep for him on the weekdays, and then like he has like like how his hamsters have like the thing where like they lick the water droplets. He has that. So there's like this giant tank of water.
We care.
And like he
Nah,
crawls
man,
around,
we care,
he crawls
we
around
care.
on all fours between like his giant hamster wheel and like his editing station.
No, the hamster wheel powers his computer.
Yeah. So he can't edit and
We
And
care.
it has
can't
a-
edit
We
and
care.
It has an
Yeah.
Intel 13900K and a 4090 Ti, so he has to run for a while to get that thing booted up.
and he can't like stop. He has to like edit while he's on the hamster wheel. And if he stops, he loses all of his progress. So Chris is like the elite human being. He has like infinite cardio and endurance. And we,
also
like,
Chris
we,
is
we
God.
dangle the cage over like this giant pit into like the Grand Canyon to motivate him.
That's
every
how
time
we
he, like-
power our houses. That's where we get our electricity from.
So that's we're all carbon neutral. Thanks
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
Poor Chris. We need to stop saying such terrible things about him. He's an
And, like,
independent human being.
Every time he messes up, we like lower the cage a little bit. To the cage.
we have the notches, and it's like, all right, we're putting it to the next notch. You tie a knot in it when he does good, so it comes back up.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris atrocities aside, man, I think how long is it? So we had the idea for this. How long is it taking us to record our first episode again?
It's been 2.5 weeks.
Are you
so it's-
serious?
It's not actually been that long.
That's crazy to me. That was 2.5 weeks ago.
I think so, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous.
I
Something
mean, I
like
might just
that.
be lying. I actually have no idea.
He's just lying. You don't even know? I thought you were like dead ass about that. No, shit.
wait, one moment.
Watson is
Check
just
your
so good at
sources.
gaslighting.
One
He
moment,
gaslighted himself.
one moment.
Oh, I'm waiting.
We're waiting.
Looking good, Music Shape. We're
You're
in
looking as
control
well.
here.
Great.
Oh,
Exactly.
guy, it's actually only been 12 days.
Hasn't even been 2 weeks. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't like 16 days.
All right. To be fair, I was just lying,
How
so
could you?
my information was not accurate.
That's mean. Why would you do that?
What do you expect me to do?
Watson is an asshole. Confirmed. We confirmed
Yeah,
that
we already knew
so
that.
Here's the proof.
Stop acting like this is news. I told you what my employees said about me.
Okay. Well, anyways, it will not take us 12 days to upload the next episode.
No,
I
it's gonna take
promise
us
you that.
7 days. 7 days.
Yeah.
No, it's going to take actually 24.
Chris is got us on a tight schedule.
Yeah, no, Chris is on vacation right now. We have to like push back the episode to like 5 years. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
By vacation, I mean Watson forgot to feed him, so he's dead.
What?
He was doing too much cardio and he passed out because he didn't have enough food.
Not again. I gave him painkillers.
You were supposed to give him pancakes, not painkillers.
Damn it! I forgot.
Don't do pancake killers either. Those were the that was a close call last time.
We already did that one.
They almost skinned him alive.
The pancakes?
The pancake killers.
Guys, I'm almost out of ice cubes. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the bathroom again.
Oh my god.
Don't you fucking dare.
You know what? Go.
No,
You little
no.
pea guy.
It's
you little
fine. It's
pea
fine.
man.
No,
Small-
don't
small-
call me that.
Go pee.
Yeah, small
Pee-pee
little
boy.
piss guy.
Don't call me that.
Look at you, this
Yeah.
guy.
Anyways,
We all respect each other here at Mailbox.
no, we hate each other.
Yeah.
That too.
Chris is like our motivation to stay together. It's like our mutual love for Chris. Is what holds this
Yeah.
group together.
Chris pays us, and that's the only reason why we're here.
Whoa, you good?
Yeah, I just
Viewers
smashed
at
my ice
home.
cubes.
Viewers at home, Watson just dropped his computer on the ground.
I didn't stop lying.
To the viewers at home, Watson just nuked the state of
Viewers at home, an
Texas.
anvil fell on music shape's head, and he is dead. He is actually a two-dimensional Mario Kart character right now. Good night.
I
For
confirm.
real. Dude, how long is it? Oh my god.
What?
Time flies when you're having fun, am I right, guys?
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm not having very much fun right now.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know.
So, actually, have you guys watched the Last
Nope.
of Us show?
I watched like halfway through one episode.
I literally watched the entire thing available right now for this podcast. You bitches. You absolute
You didn't
fucks.
tell us you wanted to talk about it.
I've spent 2.5 hours of my life watching, which is a really good show, and it was really good 2.5 hours watching this show for this podcast, and you're telling me, oh, I didn't watch it actually.
What do
Sorry.
you mean?
That's not
You
what I said. That's not what I said.
motherfucker!
Music shape.
You had one job.
Music shape. We told you yesterday. Oh, no, you told us yesterday you wanted to talk about the Last of Us show and Minecraft armor trims, and we said no, and and you said okay, that's fine, and then you watched
went to
the
bed.
show
That's
anyways.
literally not true.
Yeah, you
That's
fell
literally
asleep.
not true. You
Is that what you've been doing today? All
Listen.
day long?
Listen,
Little baby man. He's been asleep.
I'm going to tell you what was happening yesterday. There are multiple Wikipedia screenshots, for example, Hot Dog Days, Among Us Chicken Nugget, and Mr. Hen's case, which you can definitely Google.
Do
I'm
not,
gonna
do
look it up,
not.
and it's
The
definitely
audio
going
system,
to
do not
traumatize you.
look that up.
No, don't even warn them. They already know what Mr.
Mr.
Hands
Hen's, Mr. Hen's, Google
Stop,
Mr.
stop.
Hen's
Everyone already
Wikipedia.
knows who
Voice
Mr.
call.
Hands is. Everybody already knows.
Okay.
The only like this, everyone already knows who Mr. Hands is. It's not funny anymore. We have to come up with a new scary little guy
It's
to look
time
up.
for Mr.
Mr.
Hen's
Hands,
2.
Mr.
Look up-
Hands, the sequel, Mr. Feet.
Music shape. What was Watson's old?
No!
What was look up. That's a scary little guy that you should. You should look up.
Chris, mute that, Chris.
We actually have to censor that. That might actually dox you, Watson.
Yeah, no, actually, there might be problems with that. So don't.
Yeah.
As proud as I am of those, very very proud. They're not gonna go on the Patreon under bad videos we made in the past.
For audio listeners at home, I actually just stated Watson's full name and address out loud.
Yeah, Chris. Alright, let me mark down the time frame so Chris can bleep that for us.
Yeah, we love doxing ourselves.
Google Keep.
Bro uses Google Keep. Anyways, Music Shape and I are the true notepad Sigma males, actually. Because alpha male is just so cringe at this point in time. Dude, I found out. I was chilling on Instagram, right? Because I do have an Instagram. One Ice Cube. And it's like, you might know this person. And it's followed by some people at my school. So I look into it. It's a merch company, okay? It's probably someone's senior project. I look into it. The whole premise is alpha males. I kid you not. All of their tags are like hashtag Andrew Tate motivation, and like we will do like a custom suit for you for like $400.
Can you mail me one?
No, I'm not, do you have $400? He's rich. For viewers at home,
So that's where the money from the podcast went.
for viewers at home, Watson is running a money laundering operation. He just pulled out like a duffel bag full of hundreds.
No, those are all fives.
Okay, those were not
And,
just
like,
fives.
No.
There's actually a lot of them are 20s.
Watson is Mr. Beast confirmed.
Anyways,
Here's my credit card. Here's my credit card. Look, see, I can look. I can scan it. Please get me the Andrew Tate motivation. I need motivation.
I don't even know like who's running it. I don't know like what they're.
Buy
Like,
it.
I tried looking into like their Shopify page and everything, and it was just like there's no information about what they actually like intend to do as a company. It's just like Alpha Male Clothing is the name of the whole brand.
So is it
It's
like
Alpha
shirts?
Male Clothing?
Wait, so is it like shirts
I
with
don't
Andrew's
know.
Chase
There's
face on
like
it?
there's like nothing.
I just
There's like
realized
nothing on the account.
Wait, guys, I just realized this. Andrew Tate's name is Andrew. Like, I know that's sort of obvious, but like, has anyone ever called him by that without his last name? Like, his name is Andrew.
Andrew is such like an L name. Like, it's like Andrew, and then like what else? Like Drew is also like an L name.
I don't say Drew's an L name because Drew Gooden is he's a.
Did you just dox one of your friends?
No, Drew Gooden's a YouTuber.
Okay. That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, everyone.
My-
Anyways, here's my friend. His name is John Byers. That's his last name. He lives on 401 2 Market Street, San
Are
Jose,
you actually-
California.
We love doxing.
Yeah, he
Did
lives
you
on
just actually like? We can't even do that as a joke because what if you forget to censor that?
San Jose. I said it was in San Jose. Everyone knows that I would never step foot in San Jose.
No one knows that.
Well, everyone knows it now.
Music Chip, what's your address?
New Mexico, Albuquerque with a pizza box on a roof.
What?
Okay. Did you actually hear that like the owners of like there's people who live in that house, and like the owners have erected like a picketed fence around it and like will like scream at people if they see them taking pictures
Of what?
like their house.
Why are people taking pictures of their house? Is it the Breaking
Because
Bad
that's
house?
where like because that's like Walter White's house in Breaking
That's
Bad.
the Breaking Bad house, yeah.
Like I feel bad for them. Like
I've heard
it's
about
like
it.
a private house.
They could sell it for like a ton of money though, and then
Yeah,
just get a
but, like,
better house
They're,
that's
like,
private.
just old people.
Oh,
I think I don't know. Like
Or they
it's
could
still
rent
cool
it.
that the entire show was just shot in like one town. Like they don't ever leave the town.
all right. Well, to be fair,
Albuquerque,
it's the biggest town, isn't it? Wait, maybe it's not. One moment.
It's Albuquerque.
Biggest
pretty big,
city
But like
by
it's also like
land area in U.S.
it's also like the best television show
Also-
to ever air. Like it's the best reviewed drama of all time. And like there's so many like
It's the show
it
ever.
is the show ever. And there's so many like tryhards that'll go to like Marvel. Just like this entire movie was made in a green screen. LOL.
All right. To be fair, their green screen does look pretty good though.
I can't like.
All right, Albuquerque is the 47th biggest state by landmass or city by landmass in the United States.
Okay, that's okay. That
I was thinking of Phoenix, not Albuquerque.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Speaking of, what were we just talking about?
You were talking about the
Alright.
MCU's green screen.
Breaking
Yeah,
Bad.
that's what like. I would be excited for Ant-Man and the Wasp if it like took place in like anything real. Like the entire movie just looks like it's just gonna be shot on like a green screen, and it like it's cool for some scenes. Like that's why I like the original Ant-Man so much. But like the entire thing is just like this like magical like quantum world that like is so small that
It's
some reason
confirmed.
people build
Retro-
cities out of like energy or whatever.
Cities out of energy.
It's confirmed Retro hates animation.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know
Yeah,
enough
I mean,
about.
the green
physics.
screen, the green screen in the MCU looks realistic enough, but I understand what you mean about how like, like Iron Man's scenery was really cool because they're like cities, and the CGI went over the city.
Yeah, that's
but-
why I like Loki so much too. The show, because it's like it combines like real locations with like an element of CGI to make it feel like it's an unreal place instead of the entire thing is just not real.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a bit
just-
heated about this. My
I just-
apologies. But
I just hate live action.
interesting. Defend that position. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like just like in general, like anything
no.
live action.
No, I will not defend.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's really interesting.
I like live action. Live action, people should stop making live action adaptations
Yes.
of like
Yes.
animated movies.
Yes.
Like I don't even care about like the original story being ruined or anything. It's just like it's always gonna look better as animation because like that was the style.
That was what the story. Yeah, that was what the story was intended for. Was animation.
Well, no, to be fair, most of those are intended to be fairy tales that were just read or something. So, like, most of these are like animated. Most of these animated movies were fairy tales that have been already like completely changed. And so, at this point, like, there is no original, and you can change the story as much as you want, and you're not really like ruining any original story because the original story is gone at this point. But like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. Like, for example, like the Cinderella movie, like. I watched like the Cinderella movie is so much better animated. It's just like the magical effects look really nice. But in
Yeah,
the
they
real
do.
thing, like the camera work is I remember it being pretty good. But also like I remember as a kid being like kind of scared because it was way more like realistic and stuff, and so it was like I don't know. There was like
I think
weird
Disney
stuff.
also does this thing where they try to make like the live action ones feel so much more like grungy and dark.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Yeah.
like that's why I don't think The Little Mermaid has its own share of like, but like, I don't know, like the whole thing looks so much darker.
you-
Like it's supposed to be a horror movie.
Do you remember the Dumbo trailer?
Yes,
My family had a joke that that in the movie Dumbo was gonna have to choose between like his best friend and his mom because like there's a scene of a guy whose arm gets burnt off in a fire and like the entire circus is on fire, and then it's like
Yeah.
Tim Burton is the director and also Dumbo is like dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't
man.
watch the movie and like my family call it Dark Dumbo because it looks like Dumbo but scary for no reason.
Jump scare.
It's Dumbo.
But for the
but
most part, I feel
dumb.
like live action's really good because, like, I mean, obviously animated movies are like amazing, and like I love animated
It's
movies.
kind of comparing apples and oranges a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, yeah, but like also you can compare them because they're both films or TV
It's
shows.
both,
Or,
yeah.
Like I don't know, there's something about live action that's so good because you can like, I don't know, I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Like the camera work feels more on purpose because like the camera is like actually like moved around, and it's really cool to see like how they made specific things. And like I love animation like this, like Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's a great animation show because I love how like that wouldn't be physically possible with live action,
Yeah.
but in animation it just looks so perfect.
Well, yeah, I feel like the reason I say it's like comparing apples and oranges because I don't see them as like the same medium. Like, I don't know if I don't know if this makes a ton of sense. Let me know if it doesn't. But like, I say like, I don't know, how do I say this? Let's say I'm comparing like, a Disney animated movie versus a Disney live action movie. Like, obviously, there's issues with Disney making their own live action movies, but like, I don't see them as similar things just because like I feel like I'm consuming two different movies. Especially not just because like mostly just because like I know one's like, and that doesn't make one of them worse or better. Just like Gravity Falls is like my favorite show of all time.
I just finished watching it.
But it's not because it's like It's not because it's better than like any live action show. It's just like an amazing show that stands alone by itself. And there's certainly upsides to animation that there aren't in real life. Like you can choose your own animation style. See Spider-Verse and the new Puss in Boots movie, and like a lot of good like Gravity Falls, Inside Job, both of which are made by I think similar team.
Alex Hirsch works on both of them, but I don't know if anyone else is the same. I think it's just Alex Hirsch.
I don't know much.
I mean, there is like this trio. There is the trio of the animators, like with Alex Hirsch, and I don't remember the two others. But yeah, it's the Inside Job, Gravity Falls, and
Yeah,
the
Dana
Owl House.
Terrace.
That's
Is
the
the
one.
one. Is one of the ones you're
Yeah,
thinking
Owl
of.
House.
Oh yeah.
All of which
yeah.
are amazing animated things, but like I don't know. I feel like they're different mediums because they're just like again made differently, right? Like you can't just like go out and like shoot an animation. Like there's just different techniques.
It'd be really weird.
Yeah, that's also actually
And you can. Did you?
Funny story when it comes to Oscars, because the reason why there is a separate category for just animation was apparently because there was apparently a quote, I don't remember from who, because the movie industry was scared that all the animated movies will steal all the Oscars, every Oscar, and there wouldn't be space for the live action. So that's why.
That's
There is just a separate section for just one animated movie. Fuck the rest.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that, just as you're saying, it's a completely different.
Yeah.
it's actually so funny though.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that
they're
is funny.
afraid I mean, and
Sorry,
it's sort of true.
That
Like
is
1 in
funny.
4 animated movies gets an Oscar or gets nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. Which is again, I feel like it's just because you can craft everything about it. Like you don't have to
also-
do it. You have to make any compromises about like if I'm shooting a live action movie and there's like one unsavory part of the frame that I can't get rid of because it's just where I am. Like, oh no, I have to deal with that. Versus animation, I don't even have to draw that part. Like, it's all like made by people purposefully. So there's no inconveniences that have to deal with a real world location. So like you're making literally the entire story, the entire part of the production.
I love how earlier you were complaining about how Ant-Man and the Wasp is not in a real location and it's kind of weird, and now you're talking about how you love animation because it's not real.
Because like no, it.
I understand. No, I understand what you mean. It's just it's really funny
Yeah.
to compare them. Also, wait, can you spin your chair that way for a second? Music Sheep, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Do you see this his outlet down there?
Shut up! Oh my god, we're not talking about
Oh
this.
my god.
Do you see
They
that
have-
outlet? We have
For some
long-running
context,
joke.
we have
I do.
these two have an obsession with the way that my outlets and light switch look.
They're too tall.
They're normal size.
They're
They
taller
are,
than
like,
normal light
they're
switches.
standard issue.
The light switch is tiny, and then you have the rest, and it's like humongous.
No, I think the
Do you
outlet's
know how
better.
perspective works? Like at all?
Yes, but your perspective is
That light
what
switch
like
is
a weird
tiny.
perspective you have that makes you look that like your light switch is like a third of your height. What kind of terrible perspective do you have?
It's just closer to the camera. Oh
Why is your
my
light switch
God.
closer than you to the camera?
Because I cannot. My desk is like this. Like my desk is like this big. Right?
Why?
I can't get any closer to the. Cause
Your
it's a
light-
door. My desk is a
Why?
door.
Why is your desk a
Okay.
door?
Okay.
Why is your
just
desk?
more
Wait, no,
questions.
don't cover your face and start groaning at us. Why the hell do you have a door on your as your table?
Because my so when I think this is from.
Wait, can you
our
knock
old house.
on it? Knock like put your microphone down and knock on the door. I want to hear this. I can't hear it. Alright.
I'm talking.
Yeah, we can.
Will the audio listeners be able to hear it in like OBS
Yes,
and
they'll be
stuff?
able to hear that,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Then that's fine.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay, so knock on. I can literally say knock on wood. Anyways,
We can all do that. Desks are made of wood, not just door desks.
no, IKEA desks are made out of like paper or whatever. Anyways,
No, they're not. My
um,
IKEA desk is made out of
so-
wood with a layer of cardboard in the middle to hollow it out.
There's a backstory to this desk, and I will tell it if you want to hear it.
Well, first I want you to tell us the backstory for the light switch and the outlet.
No, you don't get to hear that because I hate you. So, the backstory for this desk is, so at my old house, I believe, there was like a basement, but there was like a normal, like standard sized door that like covered it, but it wasn't like vertical, it was like horizontal. Sorry, it wasn't upright, it was like flip 90 degrees. It was like set into the ground, and you had to open it like this to get into the basement. So it was like a completely like one of the things you see like a mystery house where like the doors are in the ground. It was like that. And you'd open it to get to the basement. And it was like just a normal basement, but like it had such a weird entrance. Anyways, so we took that door out because it was just really inconvenient having to open a door in the ground to get to the basement. Especially because you had to like walk on the door kind of to open it. It was weird. Whatever.
What kind of weird house is
What the
this?
fuck?
I don't know. I was like,
Why'd you buy this house?
You're just giving us more questions than
yeah,
us.
the house
at
is
this
the house is
point.
now gone because it got flattened to make a parking lot.
Yeah,
But,
finally we hate it. I hate that house. And it's
America,
stupid light
yeah!
switches. That house had even taller light switches.
Anyways, we had this
I'm
door
blurring. I'm getting Chris to.
because you keep asking about my light switches and they are normal. The light switches are normal. Everything about them is average. Anyways, this is the same door that was in the ground, and we just took it. And for some reason, my dad took it to this new house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, one day I need a new desk because the one I had was like, I don't know, probably like honestly about like as big as I can stretch out my hands to fit this camera frame. Like it was not big at all. And I wanted to get a desktop computer, so I'm like, okay, well I need more space. My dad's like, okay, I got a door we can use. So we spent like a couple weeks just like sanding it down to like pure smoothness on all sides, and then we like did like a coat of like varnish and like wood stain and whatever. And now it's my desk, and we screwed some IKEA desk legs onto the bottom of it. And now I have a door as a desk.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I can open it, and I can gaze into a parallel universe.
My
And
grandfather uses a door as his workbench.
See, it's
But
it's not uncommon.
Well, no, but for a desk,
Why
a
are you-
workbench, yes, but a desk.
It's a work. I work on
Why
this
are you
desk.
using-
It's a workbench, therefore.
Why are you using the fucking doors for desks?
Because you know how much expensive it is. You know how much money it is to buy like
Workbench.
I
Bench.
work on this.
Okay,
Shut up.
fuck
Anyways. You're right, but I'm mad.
I always will be.
No, never. Anyways, wait, what was the
Well,
question again, Music Shape? I
question.
forgot because I'm listening to Watson's
Why do you use
shenanigans.
desks as doors?
Why-
Okay,
or
so do you know
doors
how much
as
expensive it is
desks?
to?
No, the other way
doors-
around.
okay,
Yeah,
Doors
doors,
is
doors, desk. It is very expensive to buy like a pure wooden desk. Like it is like $400.
Just
At
don't
the
buy
time
a
of- at
pure
the time of
wood
writing.
desk.
Okay.
You didn't just
IKEA
did
ones
you
are-
check. Wait, did you check?
IKEA ones are still. I want okay. In the future, because okay, I'll talk about that in a second. IKEA ones are still like $200 for a desk, and they're bad. So my dad was like, "Well, to build this for free," and we did. Congratulations, I saved money, or he saved money, really. Anyways, I was looking because I'm moving into an apartment maybe after I graduate high school with a cousin. And I was looking for like, cause this desk would not fit in, in an apartment. This is like the size. This desk is the size of my bed. So it would not exactly fit to have two of them. So I'm looking for like a smaller like real wood desk, and it was like $500, whatever. Anyways,
Try looking up small
Yeah.
doors.
Really tiny, like
maybe small like a trapdoor.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're only three wooden planks. Only 3 wooden planks. I bet you
Yeah.
already have like 2.
Exactly, it's so cheap.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
All right.
I'm always been confused on like Minecraft. Like, was a wooden plank cube supposed to be like, or like a 2x4 in real life?
I mean, but 2 of them makes 4 sticks. Like 4 like tree like.
I mean,
It take 2. Wait, the scaling is all off because 4 sticks is equal to 2 2x4s, but then 2 bamboo is equal to 1 stick. And bamboo is tall.
Well, how tall is the cut of bamboo?
Yeah, but
Oh,
you
that's
take
true. It's only a
piece-
meter tall.
But you take a piece of bamboo.
So a 2 meter long stick.
Yeah, it's all 1 meter.
Minecraft, known for its immersive realism and complete accuracy and honesty to
wait.
detail.
So wait, so if 2 planks is equal to 8 meters worth of sticks, then 2 planks should be 4 meters, but 2 planks is 1 meter cubed.
I'm not worrying about this. What time? How much? We gotta be ending this podcast anyway.
Yeah, we should finish up in like we should just finish up now. Like, we
Yeah.
might as well.
I'm gonna get my
anyways,
brain rotted from Minecraft.
Thank
Yeah.
you everybody for listening to the mailbox.
Really.
As this is our first episode, we obviously don't have any other episodes to send you off to, but we hope in the future that we're going to be making a lot more of these
Oh,
because
yeah.
we had a lot of fun. I at least I did. I don't know. We haven't
I had
talked
a lot
about
of
it
fun,
yet.
and I hope you guys had
Yeah.
fun listening to this
Yeah,
garbage
no, we
podcast.
we hope you
I
enjoy it as wild, and there's probably so many loose ends we didn't talk about, but you know that's why we're gonna make this 500 part series. So
Yes.
be sure to
exactly.
follow us.
We spent 100 days stuck in a studio.
We
Let
didn't
me do the
leave.
outro. Music Shade, if you let me do the outro, we can leave. Yeah. All right. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, or anywhere else you listen to your podcasts.
Do it.
And if you're on Apple Music, then rate us 5 stars because that'll help us with
Yeah.
the algorithm. And speaking of the algorithm, like us on YouTube, leave a comment if you want to.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah, well, that's sort of like under the same category of following. And if you do want to be an audio listener,
Give us money and
if you want to be an
cash.
audio listener, then make sure to check out. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere that you can listen to a podcast. And if you want to watch the actual video, then that's exclusive to YouTube. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next week, hopefully. Goodbye.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Say bye, Music Shape.
All right. Goodbye.